Thank you so much for joining us. Today, we're going to be reviewing HCM reporting implementation success stories from the perspective of DataTerrain. Our goal today will be to give you a general overview of our process and how things look from the customer point of view. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background about DataTerrain, what we're doing, where we come from, how we're going to make things successful for you, and some project process examples. How we help the customer navigate implementation, and then give you some exact examples from customers we've had pretty recently, and let you know how you could get started if this is something you're looking to do in the near future. So by way of introduction, again, my name is Leah Willett-Leroy. I am a client executive here for DataTerrain. We've been in business intelligence for over 10 years. We focus pretty exclusively on reporting and supporting reporting environments, helping customers to navigate transitions between products and to make the best use of products that they have invested in. We work with customers across the globe, but we're pretty focused in North America, so we can certainly help anybody that needs our assistance. And our experts come from a variety of backgrounds and products, so we're really able to supplement any support needs you might have. We are partners with many major corporations, Oracle, TIBCO, IBM, for example, among others. So just to give a bit of an overview on how projects work for us, customers come to us, a lot of multinational large corporations, and look to us to build up their reporting capacity. So in today's example, we're going to be looking at HCM. We are going to bring years of experience to this process and help customers prepare for their go live if they've chosen HCM as their next step. I'm going to talk about a pre-built report library that's accessible for customers to use, how we work through best practices, and give you examples of some of those choices, and then how we can support the project as you move into actual use of the reporting to make sure that your team is successful after our time has ended with you. And after all of this, you'll therefore have a smooth and successful go live and be able to navigate these products independently without support, because we'll provide a full knowledge transfer, support, and warranty beyond that period. So an overview of the process for HCM report development assumes that you've taken a look at a library of about 400 pre-built reports that we are offering, and this allows you to select reports that fit your exact business requirements. We can also take those reports and customize them per your needs. So if you see something that's very similar to your requirements but not quite there, these reports can be fully customized. We will take care of deployment end-to-end into your customer environment. So this is really a very hands-off process for your team. We will engage with you for UAT support as you test the reports that have been delivered and ensure that we have a smooth production deployment. As I mentioned, in warranty, we make sure that there is at least 6 months of post-production support and that your team has a full knowledge transfer through that process. So with HCM specifically, there are a variety of paths that can be taken. And as your team is working through determining what works best for your business, you'll find that there is a variety of output options. And it depends really on your user requirements, on the volume of data that you have, and potentially on the type of license or access that you have to the product that you've chosen. So in this HCM example, you may have BI Publisher available to you. You may have OTBI, Oracle Transactional Business Intelligence, and some other options. So our team's going to work with you to determine which of these best fits your users' determinations, whether it's based on needing to be scheduled, the type of users they are, whether they prefer Excel files, whether they're looking at just a read-only PDF version of the report, for example. So we'll help you to navigate that in detail. Functional requirements for your reporting. What is the specific type of report you're looking for? Are you working with finance reporting, HR? Are you looking at workers' compensation? Any of these determinations, take a look at our pre-built reports, and then we will customize them for you based, again, on those output requirements and on changing some specific details. This is really meant to be a very hands-off process for you. So our team will take care of all of the development. We'll map the documents through your environment as necessary, and we'll work through a variety of environment stages. So if you have a test environment, a QA environment, This is where the reports will be deployed. We'll work with you on UAT and make sure that your business users are happy and ready to take over these reports and run with them. Then we'll support you through that production deployment. So I want to give a few examples of what this looks like specifically to customers. So we have an example here. We worked with a multinational tax firm based in the Midwest and working across the globe. And we took some of their legacy reporting. They had reporting in PeopleSoft, and their goal was really to fully engage in Oracle's HCM. So we converted several of those reports into HCM requirements and then developed those reports in tandem with the customer over a span of about 5 months. So again, we took a look at some of our pre-built reports and determined which of those could be altered. And if there were some that needed to be built from scratch, we certainly could handle them. This customer needed pixel-perfect reporting and Excel outputs, so that was the selection made. We created these reports based on those preferences and on the column availability of each reporting methodology. So I mentioned in the chat that I had a chart of some of those requirement details, and I'm happy to provide that to anybody who would be interested after this call. So then our team took care of not only creation of the report, but tracking Oracle SRs if there were any specific requirements that were difficult, based on the customer's needs and the capacity of the product. Every now and then, just the question needs to be asked of Oracle. And we work through that SR process with the customer and make sure that if there are any performance issues, they're being appropriately navigated and followed up, really preferring that hands-off option from the customer side. We have a very good relationship with Oracle, as we do with all of our partners, and so we can interact off from the customer side and just work with Oracle directly to get these problems solved. We provided a full documentation and knowledge transfer beyond so that these customers could take these reports forward and use them independent of our assistance. We then provided full documentation for them to reference in the future. So again, another example, this is actually another Midwest customer, but again, a multinational example is a utility company working across a few different spaces. So again, this customer worked with PeopleSoft reports and had to eliminate some of those in this process. But really, they had 100 HCM reports that they wanted at the end of the day. So we created these reports, some of them from scratch, some of them from our pre-built reports. Again, they needed Pixel Perfect and Excel as some of their requirements. So extract is a particular type of option with HCM, and it has some particular benefits, but also some limitations. So again, I want to be able to provide that chart depending on your specific requirements. In this case, we worked with the data loader, input those files, and made sure that scheduling was possible as per the customer's requirements. Some reports were created as extracts on a CI publisher OTBI. And then again, we worked with Oracle through any SRs in order to make sure that this project was completed in the customer's requirement to less than a year to fully ensure that customers had 100 reports available to them. And for some folks, that might seem like not a lot of reports, but for some companies, 100 is quite a lot. So these are very detailed, complex reports and really allows customers to navigate their business appropriately. So again, made sure that you have the appropriate documentation and knowledge transfer so that these folks could take these forward on their own. And I wanted to make a quick mention. I know we talked about only working with about 2 case studies today, but I wanted to talk a little bit about a larger project that we actually worked with the technology partner themselves. And this was creating reports that could be used by multiple customers and were given available to them. But we worked with the actual company who created these reports. So these reports are intended to be very broad and very usable, not necessarily as specific or as customizable as some of the previous 2 examples. We worked again hand in hand with the Oracle's technical team to navigate any of those requirements and then to make sure they were fully documented so that any customer could take these forward really without support going forward. And those have been actually deployed on Customer Connect through Oracle Cloud, something that you could access in the future. And feel free to let me know if you'd like access to those. So these reports specifically, and I wanted to just highlight a little bit, are very interactive and focused. but they can be very detailed. So again, some of our customers have very specific requirements based on the legality of where they are located, based on what they're trying to accomplish with their reporting. They also need to be visually interesting and not bogged down in the data. So we're trying to accomplish a lot of things in one view, in one report, where a customer can really get all of the sensors in their data and feel confident that they're taking the appropriate decisions based on this data. So we're providing interactive reports, very detailed, yet still simple and interesting to engage with. Beyond reporting, we ensure that there is full support available as customers navigate this data, whether it's through the environment itself to ensure that performance is running optimally, to ensure that knowledge is available, and we have a support team ready and willing to engage on a very short-term basis. Our goal is very much to make sure that these projects are something that you can engage in. Ask your team to take a look at what we've provided, and then they take it forward from there. Our goal is not necessarily to handhold these reports for years to come. We want to create something that you can use and fully own and take forward confidently. And we work across time zones. We are focused in the US time zone, but we know that many companies have teams across the world, and we're very flexible to work within that. So beyond report development itself, we'll take care of upgrade and patches as those become necessary through the product, through Oracle, for example, in this HCM report, and any enhancements or modifications. So once users become comfortable engaging with these HCM reports, they'll have potentially some additional needs. They'll be able to refine new requirements, and we're happy to work with them as those modifications or enhancements are needed, as well as obviously any knowledge transfer of work that we engage in there. So this was really a very high-level overview, and I wanted to make sure that you have an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have. Please.
So just let me know in the event that you would like to connect for more details. I will provide, as I mentioned, the chart breaking down some of the best uses for BIP, OTBI, or extract as examples in the HCM experience. But hopefully I'm looking forward to speaking with you and learning more about your particular requirements. Feel free to send those to me directly, Leah, L-E-A, at DataTerrain.com, or reach out to our general box, connect@DataTerrain.com. You can also, just wanted to share with you, you can also see a full listing of our pre-built reports on our website. Right under the top tab there, you'll see HCM reports listed. So take a look, let us know what you think, and let us know how we can help you next. Hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again next time.